Good morning peeps, it's Julia from Adventure Geek. As you can see, it's pretty crappy weather this morning, and that literally just reflects on the mood for this week. I've had a pretty shitty week, excuse my French. Unfortunately my dog passed away a couple of days ago, and then yesterday been waiting for a parcel from AliExpress for my new Lanshan, and they sent the wrong frigging tent. So but anyway, I'm going to try and put a positive spin on it. I'm going out. Good news is that I've got my first trip booked, which is in the end of April. We're going up to do Old Man Coniston in the Lake District, and I also booked flights yesterday for Glasgow, so I'm wild camping the West Highland Way at the end of May, so we've got something to look forward to, which is always good, and it's good for the soul. Anyway, today's vlog is all about backpacking and hiking podcasts, so if that's of interest to you, stay tuned and I'll tell you while I'm on my daily walk. Alright, see you in a bit. Oh, it's really starting to rain now, so I'm going to whiz through these really quickly. So the first podcast is, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's an awesome podcast. Been listening to it for probably about 3 years now, which is Mighty Blue on the Appalachian Trail. A guy called Steve Adams. You don't have to really be interested in the Appalachian Trail. He's also done trail routes on PCT, CDT. He followed Dixie and did a whole series on that. He's just a genuine guy. It's getting windy now, so I'm going to carry on, but that's podcast number 1. It's Mighty Blue on the Appalachian Trail, and it's all about a midlife crisis, which probably is for me as well. Right, I'm going to carry on. Podcast number 2 is have a listen to Bob from the Outdoors Station. He knows his stuff. He's been around the block for many years. His audio quality is second to none. He has a studio. When we was allowed to, he was out doing various different exhibitions and conferences and stuff like that. He reports on new gear, and he does a lot of trails in the UK as well. So if you're interested in that, then please listen to Bob from the Outdoor Station. So check him out. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Cool. Right, podcast number 3 is the Shill Brothers. I just think they're just hilarious. They're American. They talk about a lot of American stuff, but they're really into gear and food and coffee. But their podcast is called, I think it's Backpacking BSing. So I'll put a link to all of these podcasts in the description below, but check them out because they're really quite funny as well. They're 2 brothers, one's more dominant than the other, but their sense of humour is quite awesome as well. So yeah, check them out. That's number 3, and that's Backpacking BSing. So podcast number 4 is actually for all you Camino guys out there. He's been around for a long time. If you haven't listened to My Camino The Podcast by Dan Mullins, then you're missing out on a trick. It's an awesome podcast. He interviews lots of pilgrims. Every single week he'll do some sort of interview, and he's very talented as well on the music front. So check that out. That's Dan Mullins, and it's called My Camino The Podcast. Again, I'll put a link below. Okay, and number 5. So the 5th podcast that I wanted to mention was a podcast. It's called Backpacker Radio, and if you like, Appalachian Trail, any of the long distance hikes in the US, if you like talking about gear, if you like talking about things like leave no trace and stuff like that, They're very long podcast episodes, so you're talking 2.5 hours sometimes. So if you like a long podcast or something to keep you occupied while you're on a long hike, then it's definitely worth listening to, because it's really interesting. They're all in segments, lots of different interviews and stuff like that. But yeah, I listen to those when I'm on a long hike, especially towards the end of a hike where I just need a distraction, especially if I'm in a bit of pain or something like that. So yeah, that's Backpacker Radio. Check them out. Office now, so just want to say thank you so much for watching this week's vlog. I'll see you next week, and I also wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who sponsored me or donated to my Buy Me a Coffee page for the PCT. PCT is really becoming a reality now. I'm at 19% of my goal, nearly 20% of my goal, so chuffed, can't wait for that. Anyway, all that leaves me to say is don't forget to get outside, get inspired, go take a hike when you can. I'll see you on the next one. Take care everyone. Ta-da. Bye bye.